the girls' school in Skokie.
Yeah.
And my father-in-law took his Talmidim and he went to a shul to... Anyway.
You know where the Hillel Torah is now? They wanted to make a girls' college.
Whatever. And he called all the Rosh Yeshivas in New York. The only one that wrote a letter you're not allowed to do it is Rabbi Soloveitchik. The rest of them did it for free.
Fine.
They were afraid to mix in. Anyway, but all of a sudden, your mother, Leishon, calls. She's so happy, you know. Hanoch is calling up girls and he's making dates. What was he doing? There was 5 girls or 6 girls that registered for that school that they were going to make. He called each one up and he met with them. And he talked to them. You are going to
He was
ruin,
recruiting them.
You are going to ruin a yeshiva. I mean,
For the girls' college.
Not to come there.
Not to go to college.
They all withdrew. I think only one stayed. And so they didn't have a school. That's what he was.
That's why they didn't have a TI there.
That's how he was dating, you know. You know, everybody was dating. He doesn't talk to girls. He doesn't. But for a mitzvah, that was funny.
He was a very special boy.
He told me now that the chassan, you know, not this chassan, the father, Rabbi Khan.
Yeah.
He told me he used to learn with Chanech over in the house when he first got married. He told me he used to come over. They used to come to Chicago, and he said, because my brother told me he knows him. I said, I couldn't figure out how he knows him. But he told me that when he first got married, they used to stay here in Chicago.
They used to come. No, they came for the summer.
Very, very close.
Right, and your father, my husband, was such a Talmud of his.
I used to be in your father's house.
I learned by Rogow. Yeah, I learned by.
You did?
Yeah.
You weren't old enough.
No, I later. I learned by Rogow.
In the
yeshiva.
South
No, Salsa. I learned by Rogow later in his last year.
Chanech used to come to me over there in the morning and stay with me till 7 at 8 at night because we have the branch of the yeshiva there.
No, and in the morning, first he went, there was Rabbi Peretz, had a minyan.
Right, he was very close with Rabbi Peretz.
Rabbi Peretz
He
also.
went to that.
Rabbi Peretz, yeah.
And then he...
Rabbi Peretz, my brother's very close to him. Put on safe for Rabbi Peretz also. But I learned by Mordechai Rogow, you know, in his last year. In 19, I think he was lived to 68, I think maybe 68, something. But I was there 66, 67, the last year. I think Shlomo Cherek was in the last class.
Right.
Shlomo Cherek, but I was a year before, and I was by Rogow.
Right.
By the way, I may be the only one here now. I'm not the only one, but the closest one to your father, to your in-laws.
From my in-laws, Joe and Charlotte.
I told him he was so close with us outside.
I used to be in the house many times.
He loved my father. I loved my parents.
It's amazing that there is this Chicago connection, and 3 generations later, it's
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, right? And the boy, Mordechai, is named for your father, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he's a special boy. He's
Special.
So...
He's a special boy. That's what I hear.
You know your father-in-law? No.
Of course.
Yeah,
he was a good friend, not only a father.
We got engaged before.
Yeah,
we were married, right? We lived in Chicago. He lived with us in his last years.
Yeah, it was when he was very sick the last year.
He was like between my sister-in-law Debbie. He was by her most of the time, and for Shabbos he used to come by us.
Yeah,
was it after he was sick or before he was sick?
Before and after.
After his wife passed away.
Yeah, because we're married already. We're married 42 years already. She was a baby when I married. She was 19 years old. So married 42. My father's nifter about 16 years ago.
By the way, where did you meet together?
In Eretz Yisrael. You know who was my shadchan? Eli Krupnik. He was my shadchan.
Yeah. You know Sam Krupnik?
Yeah.
His son is married to my first cousin, Malka
Eli
Katz.
Krupnik, when they went to Eretz Yisrael.
Eli was... so you're close with your sister too, probably, no?
With whose sister?
Eli's sister, Eli Krupnik's sister.
Not so dumb.
His wife was my first cousin. Ellie's wife. She's a Katz.
She married Katz. His mother was a Katz, Reuben Katz. But I was in Eretz Yisrael. Eli Krupnik, when he came to Eretz Yisrael, the father thought he's going to Bar Ilan. He was 2 years in Yeshiva University. He's going to Bar Ilan. But they lived near Ponevezh. They were in Savion. He went to Ponevezh. So he went to Ponevezh. He never left.
Where did you learn, Eli?
He learned in Ponevezh. First he was in YU. He was in YU for 2 years, by Rabbi Soloveitchik, and then he went to Eretz Yisrael, and then all of a sudden they lived next door to Ponevezh. So he went to learn in Ponevezh, he never left. So then he got married, became a...
Ellie had an older brother.
Joey.
Where is he?
Joey, he's in Eretz Yisrael, I think.
Eli is a big Talmid Chacham, and his daughter is married to Rav Nassan Tzvi's son.
Yeah.
To whose son?
Nassan
Nassan Tzvi Finkel.
Yeah. Yeah, one of his daughters,
Yeah, one of his children.
Ellie was such a sweet little boy.
Yeah, sweet fellow. So I was learning with him Chavrusa. I went to his house Chanukah, and his wife sees me, she says, for her cousin, I should meet her cousin. So I met him in the Eli Krupnik's house. They made it was this week, it was on Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat Igia. So we met on Tu B'Shvat in the Eli Krupnik's house.
It's a full cycle now. Chavabela and Mordechai, also in Shvat.
Who is she named for?
Chavabela for
his mother.
David's mother passed away when she was young. She was Reitzik's, Riva's. She was Riva's aunt, right.
By the way, Chaim Reitzek tells me it's a first cousin.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what's River Reitzek's maiden name? I forgot. With an
not
F
Ruben.
something. It starts with an F, but I can't remember.
I don't remember. But I know they were cousins,
Yeah.
First cousin, yeah.
Right.
Also, Simcha from Detroit is also.
Is a
Simcha,
sister.
yeah?
Simcha also.
She's a sister.
Simcha.
It's the same relation.
Merle Simcha is a sister to Riva.
She's a very menschliche person, Riva Reitzek. I mean,
Oh my
she
gosh, we
dances
love her.
and,
We love her.
In that swell you in Ponevezh?
I learned a little bit in Ponevezh, and that was a Mir. I learned a Mir. One Zman I was in Ponevezh, but I learned a Mir. And then I went to Koilel. I was in the Koilel in Shalayim.
Very interesting, huh?